Welcome back to another Cinema Talks video, and today we're going to be taking a look at some leaked character designs for some of our favorite MCU characters. Studios make many different character designs for many different characters, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. These are some unused concept arts in the MCU. First, we're going to look at some concept arts from the movie Avengers Age of Ultron. The first character we're going to look at is Quicksilver, so let's take a look at what he might have looked like in this movie. What the heck is this? I mean, on this concept art, it doesn't even look like they're using the budget they had for the film. I mean, this is kind of different from his original look. And I don't know, it just looks like he just threw on a jacket and started running. This is another concept art idea they had for Quicksilver, and this has way more silver on it. But why does it look like he's wearing some puffy jacket? Like, I don't know what that is. But I feel like this one looks more like Quicksilver than the last one, and I mean, he even has silver shoes on. And I mean, the Quicksilver costume that we got in Avengers Age of Ultron wasn't the best, but it was still good. Now let's take a look at what Ultron could have looked like in Avengers Age of Ultron. And I mean, this does not look that bad at all, and this looks more like Ultron in the comics, and I feel like this Ultron looks more evil than the one we got. But in this design, his mouth isn't moving at all, and I feel like that wouldn't be good in the Avengers movie, because we connect more with Ultron when he has a mouth and is talking like a human. But the design does not look that bad. It looks something like Tony Stark would actually create, and he just looks like an Avengers level threat now. But man, I do not know what to think about this Ultron design, and this design looks much more like it came from aliens and not from Earth, which I don't know if I like because Ultron was created from Earth. I mean, they did try to give him a more human-like face, but I don't know if I would like this being in the final product of the movie. But now this next one looks insane. I mean, also, it literally has 2 additional arms. Now, this might look cool, but it looks like his arms are connected to his original arms with some magnet technology, so it's not actually screwed into his body. And I feel like that would not make Ultron reliable to fight the Avengers. Like, if you choose to punch someone, an additional arm would just be like swinging around. They could just hit it off, and I feel like his arm would bounce right off. But I think this Ultron design is definitely more Iron Man influenced than the other ones we saw. But do you know what would be even crazier? If Ultron had 6 arms. Now, I think these arms would look cool if they were actually built into his body, but this design does look really sick. Some people would say it's a bit much with 6 arms and that the fighting scenes will be kind of messy. But now, this next concept art is about to be crazy. And let me say, the Avengers are screwed. Now, this is some crazy concept art, but if you think about the logic of this, it kind of stops making sense. And I mean, why would Ultron even need to become this giant Ultron when he literally has an army? And how would the Avengers even beat this? I mean, this fight would go crazy to see on the big screen, but I don't even know how the Avengers are going to fight this. Now, the next concept art was for Black Widow and Iron Man 2. Now, for this one, the armor and padding does make sense, but how is Black Widow supposed to be flexible in that? Because, I mean, Black Widow is basically a normal human who went off to fight aliens, and this doesn't even scream Black Widow for me. I mean, if Marvel didn't care if the costumes looked like the comics, they could have totally done this. So I just think that the Black Widow suit we got in Iron Man 2 is much better than this concept art. This next concept art is for the Hulk versus Abomination fight in the 2008 Hulk movie. Now, let me say, this concept art is totally not what we saw in the movie. I mean, look at the size difference between Hulk and Abomination, and it looks like Hulk is wearing actual pants, and it does make sense because other pants are just fully tear apart. And I mean, the Abomination does look more comic accurate in this image, but we did see a better version of him in She-Hulk. So I just think that the final fight we got in the end of the movie was pretty decent, and we did not need to see this. Now let's look at some concept art for Hawkeye in the Avengers 2012 film. And man, who is that? Because that does not look like Hawkeye at all. I mean, why is he wearing a beanie that looks like could also be goggles? Can you actually imagine this guy in the middle of New York fighting aliens? And it was mostly mind controlled for most of the movie, and now you're going to make him dress like this? Now, this was a concept art we were supposed to get for Hawkeye in Captain America Civil War. And you can't deny that this costume looks pretty cool. It would have been so cool to see this costume in a way in Captain America Civil War. And I feel like this costume looks more like a dangerous assassin than the one we got in the films. Now let's take a look at what Spider-Man could have looked like in Captain America Civil War. I don't even know if this was supposed to be the homemade suit or the suit that Tony Stark gave Spider-Man, but I'm glad that they did not pick this concept art for either of those because this does not live up to what we got in the movies. Like, I don't think this costume looks good enough for a kid to make at home, but also doesn't look good enough for Tony Stark to make. So I'm just glad that they did not go with this idea. The next concept art is for Thor Ragnarok, and this is what Thor might have looked like. And oh my, I am so glad that they did not go with this. I can't believe that this was an idea for Thor. This would have probably been the battle suit that he was given to fight Hulk in the arena. And man, what is that helmet? Why does it even look like that? The next image is Black Panther and what he could have looked like in Civil War. Oh, what am I even looking at? I mean, Black Panther had one of those strongest introductions in the MCU, and they came out with this, it would have not been good. I mean, if we ignore the mask, it kind of looks good, but if we look at the mask, why does he have his mouth and eyes and everything just fully out like that? It's not even just the eyes and the mouth, it's also the ears. I don't know why the ears are down like that and sloped, and I'm just so glad that they did not end up going with this. So that is going to be all the concept art that we are going to look at today. Let me know what you guys think about this and if you guys want a part 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.